Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Chidi. So this is a continuation in the series of reading the content of my diaries. So in my previous video, I have employed the analogy of the black box in comparison to reading the content of my diaries. So, in my own understanding, the black box of an aeroplane is an indestructible component that was designed alongside the aeroplane to enable it to store informations and data of the flight of that particular plane. So this explains why there are always a lot of attention is focused on the recovery of the black box during the plane crash or whatever that's happened to the aeroplane. So there is always a lot of attention focused on the recovery of the black box. So this I have used it to explain the need for everybody to have a diary, and this diary will now be the foundation of our existence in terms of looking behind us to be able to determine the front, or looking behind us to be able to determine our future. So, and where have I failed? What are the consequences of me trying to say, okay, I bury the hatches. I don't have to drag the events of the past or the bitterness of the past. I don't have to drag it along with me because I want my family to move front. There are some part of my diaries that I have to erase completely, and then what I thought is going to be the consequences, and the consequences are what is then what has happened today. So, and the whatever has happened to my kid brother Joseph, the one in Austria, that all the rumors that was being peddled against him, and he's still hanging there. And I mean, he's concerned. I feel that I am I'm partly to be blamed for whatever has happened, because if I has fought to be able to stand my ground in the when things was happening in this family, and defend my family strongly, probably what has happened to Joe wouldn't have happened. People would have known that yes, they are doing the things they are doing, and somebody is watching, so there's no need of them continuing. So I was the type that has decided that okay, I need to let the incident, the bitterness of the past, to not to play a role in the forward movement of my family, and that this the consequences is very severe. So, and right now, even though it is late for me to continue now to read out this content of my of the diaries, it is late. But then, I mean, if there's any action, those actions is late. What is not late is for me to make these things public, so that the entire viewers or anybody watching me will begin to understand what has happened, or I mean, what has happened in the past. How are those things playing a role in the present day of our lives, especially in this family? So this my kid brother Joseph, when this news came to me, I first of all I confronted my junior sister, the one Franca, the one in Alberta, Canada. I told her that why what is going on. She said that she wrote an email to me, and waited, and they didn't hear from me, and as such they started to do whatever they did. I was like, what email? I went back to the same email she was using to communicate with me. I searched out the spam and every corner of the email here and there. I searched, there was nothing that came from her. So I went other emails that I have. Probably she must have gotten the address, but nobody. I didn't use that. There are some emails that I use in my job applications and other things. I don't give that to family members, but for some reason, I have to check there, and then, but that was nothing. So I communicated back with her and said to her to resend that email to me, because we're talking about the life of our one of my siblings here. So I don't need to let I don't. I wouldn't want to hold anybody responsible while I am the one that was at fault. I want to exempt her from any blames. And I pleaded with her to resend that email. She refused to resend the email. Then I sent again to her that if in case there was some misspelling and then it was not delivered. These days, the advancement and the science of the internet is very sophisticated. It is not anything anybody. There is no room for lies and all kind of malicious claims. You can be able to say something and then back it up. So I told her that if for some reasons this email was not delivered, there must be a backup failed delivery notification to that particular email. Please send it to me. I want to see. She refused up to today. She's not sending it to me. So she went to Austria and for reasons I don't know. So when I now decided that okay, she's not responding, and I begin to communicate with the senior brother Michael, the one in Nigeria, I went through the kinsmen and begged them to summon him so that we could have, um, a conversation in which I want to know exactly what has happened because Franca wouldn't have gone to Austria without his knowledge as a senior because I am the one in position. If there's anything like that happen, I think it is my senior brother that will say to me, Chidi, go and attend to Joe and see his welfare. There are so many of Africans that are stranded, that are homeless. We have Africans that are destitute in different parts of Europe. Many of them have no relatives. Many of them, if my brother was in that situation, it is up to me as the nearest person to take responsibility of going to Austria to see if any help can be given to him. So, and it is even if my brother did not communicate with me, our senior brother can say, Chidi, please, Joe's situation in Austria is not very good. Can you go and do A, B, C, D? I can be able to consider that, and that should be done. That is my position as the next and the second son in the family. But here I was, and at that time, 2023, my sister came all the way from Austria, from Canada, flew above me 7,000 kilometers from Canada to Austria to do whatever she did. So I decided that okay, what I have to do is to go back to the village. I went to Nigeria in 2024 after waiting to see if I can get a word from my senior brother. And the word was not coming, so I decided to go to the village. So arriving at the village, and I had a discussion with the elders, and it was during my own investigations, I learned that there was something to do with money, and the sum of 43,000 euros was retrieved from from Joseph, my brother in Canada, in Austria. 43,000 euros was retrieved from him, and that money was taken by Franca. So, and that is the first of the inquiry, the result of the inquiries I was making, and then the second of the inquiries was that there was a contribution in which Joe participated, Chinedu, Justin, the one my junior brother in Canada as well, Franca and IK, the one in UK, they have contributed money to be able to support the funeral of our senior brother's wife. So I am not concerned about that. But during that contribution of money, it was revealed that Joe has made a plea that he wants to buy a property somewhere in Owerri or in Port Harcourt in Nigeria to buy a house since the decision for his upgrading his status in Austria has not been very successful, and he decided that he wants to invest at home. So this was the result of this was part of the inquiries I made, and then I got satisfactory and confident. Like these are genuine explanations that is, yes, this actually happened. So I'm continuing to talk about it, and then there are other things that I learned about what has happened as far as that money is concerned. I am going to begin now to talk about it for better explanation and understanding of my viewers. But meanwhile, I say thank you for listening.